The bro fist to you all. How's it going, guys? Everybody feeling good? You should be. It's Tuesday, which means there's a couple of days gone. Which means it's almost weekend, kind of, because we don't count the day we're already in. That would be stupid. That day's already gone. The second we wake up, Tuesday's finished, baby. It's all about the Friday, that Friday feeling. And we always have the Friday feeling here. Yes, we do. Lots to talk about. Patch 5.1 is coming this week. Yes, it is. Announced already. Bold move. Bold move. More daily quests. Yes. More reputation to be had. More upgraded loot to be had. All this kind of wonderful stuff is coming to us this week. Fair play to Blizz to sticking to their schedule. That's a first, isn't it? That is a first. It's ready when it's ready. No, apparently it's ready on time, which is just bizarre. Seriously, LF bizarre. LFB. Come on, Blizz. Take your time now. So we've got the Brawlers Guild coming. You can upgrade your items. All this kind of stuff. I noticed the upgrades were actually pretty weak. You get some more stats, sure. But nothing overwhelming. Nothing that's going to blow your effing mind. That's for damn sure. Nothing that's going to blow your mind. In other news, Mojang is updating Minecraft patch 1.5. The redstone patch is coming. Yes, all sorts of funky stuff coming in with redstone power. I know a lot of you like this kind of thing. I enjoy Minecraft. I do. It also sucks up your entire life. Kind of like the first time you play World of Warcraft, right? It's like, I've got to try this game, World of Warcraft. Everybody tells me it's good. 11 million people play it. It must be pretty cool. And suddenly you don't know what's going on and you're single. And you're sat very lonely, ordering pizza, waiting for that Domino's guy to arrive, thinking, if he comes now, that will be retarded, because I'm now in a dungeon. That pizza guy waits for you to be in a dungeon or a raid. He doesn't come during trash. Oh no. He comes as soon as you pull the boss, and then you have to sort of mysteriously disappear, and people go, why is your DPS so bad? Well, I don't know. I don't know. My DPS is, I kind of lagged at the beginning. I lagged at the beginning of the fight. I'm pretty sure I've lagged out. And so I'm back now. Everything's fine. Oh, really? You just appeared to stand still for some reason. Well, I don't know. I don't know. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that fucking pizza guy. Troll face. Troll face. Of course, we would have ordered the pizza earlier if we were cleverer. But shit, the raid will be fine without us, right? It's not like we're going to be raiding progression anytime soon. Only 2 guilds in the world have cleared the content. Every raid is progression. Oh shit. Yeah, fuck that pizza guy. What an asshole. I have a wonderful day today. Tuesday is now my official kind of day off. I tried keeping Sundays free. I always try to take 1 day a week where I just don't really do anything. That kind of drifted into nothingness. It really did. And Sundays just became another work day. So as I've started to do things like the Big Monday video, which we'll talk about shortly, it made sense that Tuesday would be my day off, because the finishing touches to a big video are a pain in the ass. I've never done one before, so we'll talk about that soon. So Tuesdays are kind of my new official day off, where I don't really do much of anything. I did research today for the next Big Monday video. I started doing my research and planning. I have about 8 million ideas for Big Monday videos. That's kind of annoying because you have to pick one to be the next one. And that's not easy because they're all pretty cool ideas. I think so anyway. I'm like, oh, I could make this into a video. Or I could, that's interesting. That's really interesting. That would be a great video. Oh, that would be a great video. Which one do I do? So that's what I was doing today, a bit of research. But on top of that, before we get to the Big Monday videos, one wonderful thing that happened is over the weekend, you may remember a few dailies ago, I asked if anybody had a Gamecube that I could purchase. Emma overheard this, my wonderful fiancée, and lo and behold, over the weekend, we acquired a Nintendo Wii. Not a Wii U, a Nintendo Wii. This was for a number of reasons. One, apparently getting hold of a GameCube console is retardedly easy. It's ridiculously easy to get hold of one. The problem is you can't get any good games. Turns out GameCube games are actually pretty fucking rare, especially the good ones. Emma told me, I got this phone call, right? I was working away, I think it was Tuesday or maybe Wednesday last week, and it was Emma, and she was like, I'm so angry. I'm like, why are you angry? What's happened? Why are you angry? She said, I've driven a long ass way, like an hour and a half away from here, to a shop that had a Nintendo GameCube, 2 pads, and it had Super Mario Sunshine, it had Zelda, blah, 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 and I was going to get it you for Christmas. So I was like, awesome. She went, no, not awesome. I called ahead to this store because it's a second-hand store. And I said, is everything working correctly with the Gamecube? They said, yes. They said, it's fine. I've got it in my hands. It's fine. So Emma said, cool. I will be there shortly to acquire the Gamecube. Off she went. She arrives. And this tricky bastard, it was kind of cliche, apparently. You kind of get these cliche images of gamers that we always try and change, right? Most cool gamers or good gamers aren't all these cliches. But this guy was Mr. Cliche. I'm not saying he was a gamer, but he's the kind of guy you really don't want to deal with. At all, in any way. He looks like a total lame ass, okay? So, she's in the store, and he has it all ready to go. He's like, packed it up and all that. So, Emma... Emma said, because she's worked at a game store, Emma used to work for the company Game. She said, can you plug it in, please? I want to see it working. And this guy was like, why? It's like, don't ask questions because I'm about to buy it. That's why. I don't want to take it home an hour and a half away and find out it's not working. This guy was put out. This guy was terribly put out. So, he plugs it in, turns it on, and tries using the pad. Pad doesn't work. So Emma says straight up, is that pad broken? And he looks at her with his blank expression on his face and says, yeah. This pad is broken. And he's like, right, okay. Try the other pad. I can't. He said, why? He said, because the on button on the Gamecube is permanently fixed down and you can't turn it off. And it won't plug another pad into it. So she looked at him with such anger. Oh, I'm annoying somebody. Hold on. There you go. So he couldn't turn it off. So she looked at him blankly and she said, why have you told me this thing is working perfectly? It obviously isn't. End of the story is that she didn't buy it and she phoned the area manager and she got all sorts of free things like, we will find you a Gamecube and send it to you. And then the guy never called back again. What a wonderful area manager that is. So look, we decided, we spoke to somebody, they said, get a Wii. A Wii has all the Gamecube ports and it plays Gamecube games. Awesome. So we then see a Wii on eBay. On eBay, yes, eBay. And this Wii comes with Super Mario Sunshine, Mario Galaxy, Zelda, blah, 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 blah. A lot of Gamecube games, and it's got classic controllers and blah, 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 all this bullshit. The Wii Fit board, all the usual shit. And she wins the bid. She places the bid, 4 seconds remaining, like a boss, and absolutely trumps. You saw the price flying up in the last 30 seconds of this bid. It was just going up and up and up. Emma places the fucking bid, exactly 6 seconds remaining, and wins. This guy apparently does not live too far away from us. So, Emma suggests, hey, why don't I not pay you postage and packaging, which is about £20, and I'll drive up and pick it up? Awesome, no problem at all. So Sunday morning, I had things to do. I was meeting someone at 10:30. I had other things to do with Ghost later in the day. Emma also had to attend to her horse around 10 AM. This place is about an hour away. So we asked the guy, can we meet you about 8:30, 10 to 9, and then we will be back in time for our date. This guy says, fine, no problem. So we get up very early on a Sunday morning, 6 AM, walk Ben, in the car, off we go to go and collect the Nintendo Wii. I arrive on the street. Emma says, that is the house right there. That is the home of this gentleman who is bestowing upon us a Nintendo Wii. I bang on the door, nobody answers. I start flicking the letterbox, nobody answers. I bang on the windows, nobody answers. I say, are you sure this is the right address? Yes, 100%. Okay. The sat-nav, however, had pointed us to a different street very close to where we were. So I continue to bang, no one's there. She then says, it's the different place. It's actually number 19. It's over there. I'm like, motherfucker. So if luckily someone didn't come and answer the door, I would have got them out of bed very early on a Sunday morning. So I travel over the road to this other house. As soon as I am about to knock, the door opens and a wonderful gentleman answers that door. He takes me into his home. Now, I don't know what it is, but when somebody I don't know is visiting my home, I tend to put clothes on. Bizarre, isn't it? I tend to wear clothes. I tend to expect Emma to also wear clothes. Now, this gentleman is wearing some clothes. He's wearing a lovely football, soccer-related shirt and some sweatpants. His wife, however, is pretty much just wearing a dressing gown with fuck all else underneath. On the couch opposite me in his front room is also what I would guess to be either his mother or her mother, clutching a very young child who is also wearing just a dressing gown, and I could pretty much see the bush of justice. I pretty much could see this old lady's bush of justice. And I'm thinking to myself, this shit's fucked up. eBay can kiss my ass. He's got the Wii out. He's got the Wii out. And he's got it turned on. He says, look, I've just formatted it. This guy was like 38. I would say about 38, 40 years old. So he's pretty legit. And he's got it all out. And he says, we've bought this HD cable for the Wii. But do you want the original one? And he pulls out all the component cables. And there's like, if you guys have got a component cable, it's like 8 leads. I had no idea whether or not my main TV in the home could support this. I didn't know. I thought it's a new TV. It probably can. But I'm not sure. So he said, do you want the other cable, the original, the SCART lead? Who the fuck invented SCART leads, by the way? Are you kidding me? It's that big. What the fuck? Are you mad? Have you seen a HDMI lead? Have you seen one? SCART? HDMI? How did that happen? Where was... It's like them evolution pictures, you know? With the little monkey and then a human. Where was the middle bit? We went from SCART to HDMI? What the fuck happened there? So I said, yeah, please, can I have... He made it out. The way he suggested it to me was that this cable was in a drawer. Like, around the corner. It was in the other room or something like that. I didn't understand in the first place why this guy hadn't just provided this cable. Surely if it's a Gamecube cable, why is it not with a Wii cable? Why is it not with the Wii? You can't use it after I take the Wii from your house. So I said, well, yeah, I'm not sure if my TV supports that cable. So can you get the original? He says, fine. Fine and dandy. And he wanders off for a good 5 minutes and leaves me in his front room with his wife and this old lady with the bush and the young child. So I start making small talk, as you do. About 3 minutes in, 4 minutes in, his wonderful wife goes off to find out what the fuck this guy's doing. He then walks past me a couple of minutes later, clutching a ladder. He has a ladder. And I'm looking at this guy, and I'm like, is everything okay? He says, yes, but I believe this lead is in the loft. Right. So, at this point, if you're a gentlemanly type person, you're starting to think whether or not you should say, it doesn't matter, I will take it as it is. But I was also of the opinion that I really don't know if this TV supports this cable. So I do want the original, because I know it's got a SCART lead, okay? So, fuck you, go and get me the fucking cable. So I didn't say anything, but that's what went on in my mind. I was like, shall I tell this guy to leave it? Because clearly he doesn't know where this lead is. And then I thought, no, I'm buying this fucking thing. I don't want to take it home. It doesn't work. So off he goes with his ladder. And now his wonderful wife is following him and she's pissed. There's that awkward moment, even if it's your closest friends, where there's an argument going on between boyfriend, girlfriend, where you would rather be on the other side of the sun in a different galaxy than be in the same room. Because there's that awkward tension going on. I am now in a complete stranger's home. Yes, I am. And there is noticeably tension rising by the millisecond while I'm still there. I start talking to the old lady. She tells me they've just had a child. It's 3 weeks old. Blah, blah, blah. Couldn't give a shit. Couldn't give a shit. It was a boring story. I was hoping for some good stories. Old people have good stories. This wasn't a terrible, terrible situation so far. Until I start hearing her saying, why the fuck have you not put the cable with the Wii? I hear this pretty clearly from upstairs where this guy is crawling around his dark loft looking for a fucking cable. Why the fuck have you not put it with the Wii? I was thinking the same thing. He says, who hasn't got a component cable anymore? I was like, you cheeky bastard, right? I'm the one pulling you out of the fucking shit because obviously you need money for your child. So I'm starting to get a little bit pissed. I stay there politely. He comes back down with the ladder. It's not in the loft. His wife starts rooting through the kitchen, which I can clearly see, furiously. furiously like tearing through forks and knives because of course the Wii cable is underneath the fucking knives and forks, and she's ripping the house apart. It's just unbelievable. Everything's going everywhere, and this guy is just like, I'm gonna check the fucking garage. I'm like, dude, this, and I'm really starting to think maybe I should just call it a day. But it gone on so long, and after hearing this, who hasn't got a component cable anymore, I was really of the opinion of go and fuck yourself. Find this fucking cable. I'm going nowhere. So I say politely, I will start putting the rest of the stuff, because it came in like 4 carrier bags. It's got a shitload of games and the Wii board and all that. I'm going to go and put it in the car while you look for this thing. I just want to get out of this room. There's a lot of tension. Isn't my fault. You're a fucking moron. I'm going to go sort it out. So I do a couple of trips backwards and forwards to the home. Emma is going, why are we still here? We've got to get back and do things. I'm like, I know. I'll tell you about it shortly. I go back into the house. They've still not found this fucking cable. About 2 or 3 minutes later, he comes out of the garage with what everybody owns, and I know you guys have this, is the box of cables. It goes by no other name. It's universally known as the box of cables. Everything's in there. You've got a printer cable from 1986 with like 8 million pins on it. You've got USB leads. You've got cables. You have no idea what the fuck it does. I do it all the time. I have a box of cables up there. I pull something out. I'm like, I have no idea what this is for. I just don't fucking know. It's like they're breeding. I have something with like a HDMI lead on one end and a USB lead on the other. What the hell is that thing? I don't know. And they come out with all sorts of audio cables. I've never bought anything that needed that. What is this? And so it's a huge, tangled mess of justice going on this table. And he's like rooting through it. Then she starts rooting through it. I spot the Gamecube cable, or the Wii cable. You know why? It's noticeably a different colour. It's grey and white. It's quite obviously. It comes out at a SCART lead at the end. I see it. I don't say anything because she's really pissed. Then she pisses me off. She grabs it and says, I think I found it. And she starts yanking the cable out of the box because of unwinding cables is her nightmare, right? So she starts streaming cable out of it, and she fucking throws it to the floor. And I hear it. They've got like a wooden floor, and it goes bang on the floor. That was terrible. It's like bang on the floor. And I'm like, you fucking bitch. You fucking bitch. Don't take your anger out on my shit, right? That's my Wii cable, bitch. And she just throws it to the floor. So as soon as she does that, my anger is sort of, I'm ready to lose my shit. Why is this stuff not organised? I'm here at your house, an hour and a bit away from my home, early for a reason. So I said, have you broke the cable? In quite a stern voice as well. I wasn't trying to cause trouble, but I bit my tongue a little bit. Have you broken the cable? So she's got this like red, angry face. And she lifts it up and she looks at it and she went, no. I went, can we check it? And she's like, what? I said, can you plug it in? I'll go and get it out of the car. I want to see this fucking thing working. And she's like, I'm not doing that. I'm like, well, if you know, I want some money off. You know, I just started being a bit of a dick. But fuck this person, right? Fuck you. So this guy unravels it. He's like, look, it's there. If it doesn't work, I'll buy you another one, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, whatever, I've had enough. So I grab the cable off and I'm like, thanks very much. And then he goes, oh, by the way, you paid me. I'm like, yeah. But eBay still shows it as not paid for. What do I do? You tell them it's paid for, right? I'm like, are you kidding me? There's probably a checkbox or something. I don't eBay stuff. I don't know. You're the guy who's eBaying it. You've been paid. I couldn't give a shit. I really just could not give a shit whatsoever about what your fucking first world eBay problems are. Especially after this. Go into your account. I was like, oh, let's sit down and open the PC, shall we? Let's load up your eBay page and I'll work it out for you. Fuck off. Just sort it out, you dick. Back in the car. Back home. Emma's of the opinion that I shouldn't have it till Christmas. I'm like nearly 30 years old. No way. I'm checking this thing works. We just got it from eBay. I want to check every single fucking game. So Ghost comes round. Emma goes away. Ghost comes round while we're setting this up. Ghost is apparently a Wii expert. And we start plugging things in. We go to the store. We buy new batteries. She took the batteries out of the Wii remote. Fuck you, man. Seriously. Fuck you. So the first game I plug into this thing is Super Mario Sunshine. It was one of the games I never fucking finished, Super Mario Sunshine, and I was desperately wanting to play Super Mario Sunshine. I plug it in, plug the classic pad in, we get it to load up, the Wii looks like it's fine. Go see Super Mario Sunshine on the menu, click it, off we go, doesn't work, right? No controls work whatsoever. So we start Googling like you do. First things first, Google it. What's up with this? Oh, you need a GameCube pad to play GameCube games on a Wii. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? This guy's giving me no pads. But we did have the Wii Classic controller. So I thought, well, we've got the Wii controller, which is the same amount of buttons as a GameCube pad. Surely that works. So we're weighing it up. Doesn't work. So instantly, I'm like, this guy has totally ripped me off. He sold me like 8 GameCube games without a pad to be able to play them. We checked, double checked. No, you cannot play a GameCube pad without these things. Instantly send him a message. You get the reply. I remember playing them, I think. You think you remember playing like 8 games? I know if I've played a game before, right? I could run it off. Are you telling me you can't quite remember whether you played Mario Sunshine or Luigi's Mansion? Whatever, dude. So he's like, and then he messages back saying, oh, that's right, we had a GameCube pad, but we got rid of it. I'm like, yeah, sure you did. You've just found it, and you're not going to send it us. Fuck you. All a load of bullshit. Anyway, so now I have a Wii. That's the story. Isn't that great? I have a Wii. And I've been playing Mario Galaxy today for quite a lot of the day, actually. I find that game, as somebody who likes game mechanics, Nintendo is second to none. And the Mario game just has more mechanics in one of its minor like tutorial levels than anything you could possibly imagine. So I've been just totally fucking around with Super Mario Galaxy today and having just a whale of a time. That game is amazing. It's so fucking good. Super Mario Galaxy is just unbelievably good. So fun. So many mechanics. Absolutely adore it. It's a shame I can't film it. I'd love to bring some footage to you. But Emma is buying me GameCube pads. Don't worry about it. So those games will not go to waste. I will get to play Wind Waker for the first time ever. I've not played Wind Waker. I feel like such a retard. Anyway, on with other stuff. The Big Monday video. Huge response so far. Loving it. Thank you very much that you enjoy that kind of thing. That one took me about 2 days to do, I'd say. Ideally, I would like to spend like maybe 5-6 days or maybe even 2 weeks to do a single video. But we're not there yet to make that happen. But the big email is why are you changing the style of doing things? Is it just because you're bored of guides? I'm not actually bored of guides. I've certainly done a lot of guides over the past, what, 2 months? Something like that. I've done so many guides, like 50, 55, something stupid like that. That in itself becomes boring. There's no doubt about that. But essentially, it's just boiled down to is that these guides just do not support the channel in a way that is fiscally viable in any way whatsoever. The guides are there, people want to roll them, they go and check it, and plus I just can't get them out quick enough. There is that much change in World of Warcraft now that it's getting retarded. It's really getting stupid. It's like Mr. Pandaria should not have been out yet. That's what it feels like. The classes are changing so much on a daily basis that it's absolutely getting ridiculous. It's getting so stupid. Every other day I'm reading massive sweeping class changes that are coming in 5.1, and I haven't finished. The 5.1 comes this week. I still haven't finished all the class guides, and that's putting like 2 out a day, pretty much. And it's just getting stupid to the point where I can't realistically justify doing just guides. They take too much time. They take all my time, really do dedicate so much time on the channel as well and upload stuff to do them as I was doing them. If it's not like patch 4.3 to 4.4 was like 9 months. 9 months of content there where the classes were pretty much the same. That's not the case right now. They're changing so damn much. Maybe about 5.3, 5.4, we'll start to see the changes slow down, and maybe then we can look at doing proper big guides per ones. But I intended to go into Mr. Pandaria, doing the guides, getting every one of you set up and in good shape for most of Mr. Pandaria. Of course, some classes will change. That's normal. And I could do a nice class update, which is what I'm going to do going forward, is class updates until I'm pretty certain classes are stabilized. But right now, they're all in a permanent state of flux all the fucking time. They're changing dramatically. I did the Marksmanship Hunter guide. It was changed the next day. The very next fucking day, they changed the Marksmanship Hunter for the next patch. And have changed it 3 or 4 times since then. Absolutely frustrating as hell for someone like me. I purposely delay doing guides until the things are set in stone. The beta stuff I did was like a nice class overview of some of the changes, and then the game is out. It's here. Mr. Pandaria is out. This is what the class should be like. That's why we had beta testing. It's just up and down, up and down. Class is changing left and right constantly, and it's a nightmare. On top of that, they're just not generating the views. We only realistically made it through last month because of the store. Without the store, we would be closed down right now. We would definitely be doing that. There is no doubt about it. It doesn't make enough to warrant what we're doing. And plus that, it takes all my time. What a catch-22. It takes all my time. My audience, you guys, expect to get a guide based on your class. Of course you do. That's why you came in the first place. So that's a tricky situation. Do I give up the guides? What do I do? Do I give up the guides and not do this? Do I not finish them? Blah, blah, blah. It was just a whole messy fucking situation going on. And we started to recover. We got back to recovery, but very fucking slowly, which was a total nightmare. And we're working on that, But the idea is that we need rewatchability. Again, this is sort of boils down to, I spoke to a very, very popular large YouTuber last month. I kind of touched on that I did this, but I didn't expand on it. So what I was told was essentially this guy loves my work, absolutely adores the style, the presentation, the effort. He said, I can see you doing massive amounts of effort, but I want you to know that I started doing something similar, and it was with World of Warcraft. I started doing it with World of Warcraft, and pretty quickly you're going to realize you cannot maintain that to the point where you want to grow into a business. It just won't work because the game changes too much and it's such an involved game. You need to be playing all the fucking time in order to keep up with what's going on. So it's kind of like, what do I do here? What do I do to make the channel grow, to get us into a good place? And I said the main thing you are missing right now is rewatchability. Rewatchability is vital to YouTube success. And the way you get rewatchability is you actually apply yourself to a general audience and not specifics like rogues or specifically like a sub-rogue or a moonkin. So that, yeah, the moonkins will love it. How many people in your audience are moonkins? Not that many. So you always got to do like this kind of stuff. He said you have to evolve. And he said one thing you need to realize right now is a lot of people actually be coming for you. Those are your actual main audience, which is probably you wonderful people right there, right now, is you come for see me do something. Not because you want to see somebody do a guide. Do you know what I mean? Not because you want that, but you want to see me do something. So you need to expand on that and get the rewatchability in, which is like, I need to, and I was also feeling very stagnated with the guides. Editing and stuff is just, as you know from the intros, I was putting so much into the intro, but the rest of it is like, blah, 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 blah. But you can't focus on a single game. You can't focus on this kind of stuff if you want it to be a success. You need to be mixing it up all the time and keeping the interest there. So that's why the Big Monday video was the solution for me. Absolute solution. It's to slow down doing 20, 40 minutes of gameplay stuff every night and a daily. So I'm essentially asking for some people to like 2 hours of their day, which is just too fucking much, right? That's just far too much. I know it is. Stop doing that stuff. Get that down. That's your bread and butter is the guides. Get the guides finished. So we're going to be finishing the Warlock guides. Then do class updates. And when it's a nice steady period, go and do some big fucking guides then. Because right now the game is just so in flux that it's just not possible to keep up with the changes. It can't be. It'd be a full-time job just doing class changes, which is a waste of time. So I don't want to do that. What I want is something we've become known for. And like I say, we've got Way of the Warrior 2 coming. We've got a series in 2013 coming. We've also got the now Big Monday videos, which are, as you can see already, that video has something like already 300 plus likes, and it only went up yesterday evening as far as I'm concerned. It's been up for about 12 hours, or maybe slightly more. And it's already at more likes than most videos I've released ever, which is the point. And it's rewatchable, because it's not like current up to date. It's not like it only applies today. You know, it doesn't apply today. So we're going to be working a lot on that kind of stuff and moving towards that to save the channel. Otherwise, we are just going to be disappearing. I don't want to stop doing what I'm doing. I absolutely adore it. I don't want to lose my love for World of Warcraft either, because I'm generally just playing everything else. I haven't logged my own account in too long. Too fucking long. And I want to play more with you guys. I do. I was laughing with Genji. The guy who leaves his job to be a gaming video producer plays less games than ever before. Which is the case I've fallen into. I very rarely play games at the moment, which sucks. I want to play a lot of games. I want to play games with you guys. I want to do all this kind of stuff. So that's the kind of change of direction and why it's happening. And hopefully it's going to pay off. I'm hoping we're going to have a very, very terrible December, which is Christmas. So it's going to be a shitty Christmas. But that's okay. I've got a Wii to tide me over. And then January, this should have 4 big Monday videos, all building up, and hopefully you guys can pick up on them and help us out, share them out, get them out there, get them noticed, all that kind of stuff. So it should be fucking awesome. So I'm going to the gym shortly. So any questions you have to fire at me, hit me. Hit me with some questions, guys. Hit me with some stuff. Let's talk about some stuff, because I've got to go back to work. I'm doing Warlocks tomorrow while the questions come in. I am doing Warlock stuff tomorrow. I'm doing Warlocks tomorrow. So you're going to have Warlocks probably... There may be one out tomorrow. There's no video tonight, as it's my day off. But you should get a video Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Web show on Saturday as well. Get your Brofists and Transmogs in. All that kind of good stuff for Saturday's live web show with me and Ghosty. And then we're going to be starting the Christmas stuff. And also the schedule will go up on Saturday for Weight of the Warrior 2 and how you guys can be a part of it. That will go up on the website. Also, to expand on, some people sent me some emails regarding the RP thing and what I was expecting. This is what I want you to do. Anybody out there who has a minor interest in what it's like to be an RPer, either go to preachgaming.com and find somebody else who's interested, or do it yourself. Try it out for like 4 or 5 days. So many of you tell me you're a little bit bored in WoW at the moment. Head yourselves over to an RP server. Pick a type of RP you want to do. Try it out. And then just write me a story. That's all I want you to do, is write me a story of what it was like. Did you enjoy it? Why didn't you like it? Why did you like it? That kind of thing. Go and try it out. That's all I'm asking. Just go and try it out and then write me a story and email it to preachgaming@gmail.com and let's talk about it next week. Okay, that's what I'm after to do. So anybody who wants to do that, preachgaming.com forum, or just do it yourself. Go and be a lone hunter. It's RP. It could be whatever the hell you want. Try it out. Even if you think it's sad and loserish, give it a whirl. See what you think. I imagine some of you are actually going to have more fun than you've ever had in WoW before. Okay. Is Simcraft a good way to judge what spec you should play DPS-wise? Yes, for DPS, Simcraft is good for one thing and one thing only. Which spec is currently performing better in general? It's not always the case.
Sorry, I'm going bad now.
Can you take the dog with you? Do you want to put some side boob on the show?
No.
The guys demand side boob, and so do the ladies. They love a bit of side boob.
Got no bra on.
Got no bra on. Lovely. Take the Ben out with you, please.
Come on, Ben.
Here you go, mate. Go on.
No, just leave it because he's asleep anyway.
No, because you won't go to sleep here. Okay. Simcraft is great for one thing. What in general DPS spec is performing the best right now? That's it. The numbers and stuff don't read into whatsoever. They will tell you which talent is performing generally better. They'll tell you just which spec is generally better. But it's general. Remember, it's kind of like the shield block versus shield barrier debate. It's a very specific set of circumstances. Usually just attacking a boss that doesn't do anything whatsoever. It's just, if I could get a target, like a training dummy, and DPS it for 10 minutes, this spec would win. No raid boss in the entire fucking universe is like that at all. So sometimes you'll find that different specs actually perform better. But in general, Simcraft is a good way to see which spec of your class is currently doing the best and which talents are doing best. So if you've got something like Living Bomb versus Frost Bomb, whatever, then it'll heavily point you in the right direction. That's the kind of thing. Which boss encounter was harder in your opinion? Lich King Heroic, Sinestro, or Ragnaros Heroic? Lich King Heroic every single fucking time. Arthas, in his original form, without a buff, was unkillable as far as I'm concerned. I think he was only killed with a 0% buff after everyone in the raid pretty much had gear that well surpassed him. That was a insane fight and brilliant fight as well. Really well done. Bridge, the first video I saw of yours was several years ago on Warcraft movies, with your third part coming during TBC. Have you thought about doing another set of videos like that? Yeah, that video was called The Way of the Warrior. There's a video coming out on the 1st of January 2013. It's called The Way of the Warrior 2. I will pre-warn you, it is not like The Way of the Warrior 1. It's not like that. It's much more story-driven. We've evolved past the idea of just doing commentary over PvP. If you want to see that, just tune into any stream of some guy splashing names of people who donate to him across the fucking screen or whatever. It's very easy to find that kind of shit now. It's essentially every PvP streamer is essentially making The Way of the Warrior unedited. The Way of the Warrior 2 is much more story-driven. Much more involved from my part. I want to get more into writing. My dream is to write something that you guys absolutely adore. A series, a mini-series, a web series, whatever it might be. I have a lot of stories in my head. I want to get them out into the world. Whether or not I'm capable technically to be able to actually produce what I see in my head is doubtful at this stage. Way of the Warrior 2, I'm sure, will have a ton of things I hate. But hopefully we get it close enough that I'm happy with it, that's all. I think RP is silly, but I guess because I'm older. I thought RP was silly too until I saw how much fun some people were having. But again, it's something I've tried and I couldn't get into it. I'm not going to lie, I've tried RPing. There's a lot of things in the world that I wish I could enjoy. Religion is one of them. I kind of wish I could have faith in something. I don't have it. Don't have it in me. A lot of requests for side boobs. Should have scrolled down a bit more. How many healers do you need for side boobs? Just one. Me. Yeah. Yoga pants and side boob. Oh, sorry, there's a million questions going on here. One sec. Right now, there are way too many bots in game, and Blizzard don't do anything against it. Any ideas about the botting problem? Yeah, let the players buy gold from Blizzard. There is literally no other way to solve botting than to let players buy gold from Blizzard cheaper than they can possibly get it from bots. There is only one reason bots exist, and that's because a market exists. There are other bots. Stop making stuff so fucking grindy. I think Diablo 3 is actually the main problem right now, is botting in Diablo 3 is completely out of hand. I will say it doesn't go unnoticed by Blizzard, but they do it in waves. This is for, if you don't know why they do this, let me explain it to you. Let's say you spot a bot and it's annoying you because it's in your farming location or it's in a BG, something like that. What happens is that players and other companies use software outside of WoW in order to manipulate the characters. I've seen these bot programs before. We had a bot program for Neocron, which would take a what's called a LOM pill, which was the only way to change spec is you actually had to take drugs which would remove the stats you previously had. Lomming could take 7 or 8 hours to empty out a skill tree. We had a bot that would just move the mouse and click go and take the pill, and then when the drug thing wore off, it would just click it again. There was no other way to realistically do it without sitting in front of your PC for 8 hours. It was not possible to do it any other way, really. You had to sit in an apartment as well, because while you were using these LOM pills, your character was unable to use his armor. You could de-level. There was all sorts of negative stuff. Grindy stuff leads to bots. The Diablo 3, that Paragon leveling system is the main offender right now. Yeah, we want those stats, but we don't want to play the game, the same game, I might add, over and over and over and over again to get the levels. So they're botting the shit out of doing it. However, the software that they use, it comes in all different types and forms. If Blizzard just bans when you report it, so you report this guy for botting, if they just ban him, it doesn't really solve much. What they do is they work out how this software is interacting with the game, and then they do a mass wave of banning while altering the game so that software no longer works, and it takes them a long time to build back up. We're pretty much due for another huge ban wave. I would expect one to come pretty soon. Diablo 3, I think, is going to be hit the hardest. WoW isn't too bad anymore. Gold's pretty plentiful, but still, they should just let players buy gold. If people want to buy gold, what's the fucking problem? They can't really get much. They might be able to get something off the black market auction house that will make them no better in any way. So let them do it. How do you RP? I'm not really sure. All I know is that you decide, completely out of your imagination, a backstory for your character. So if you are a blood elf priest, you are an arcane twisted priest, and you have a backstory that goes along with that, and then you stick to that story. You play it out. When you talk to people, you talk in the manner that you would expect that person to talk. It's like making your own movie, which is pretty cool. Blizzard do care. Blizzard do not want bots. Every game company cares about bots. Don't be under the impression because they're not instantly banned that they are not giving a shit about the bots. They really are. They genuinely, really, really are. There's a reason gold inflation is so high in World of Warcraft. That is one way to counteract bots, is just to give everybody the gold they need. The problem with that is prices are massively inflated. So you see things on the black market auction house that sell for 1 million gold, which is just, for some people, obscene. It's just an obscene amount of gold. What we'd like to see is them sell gold, so bots are no longer necessary. And you might think that botting is a profitable business. It really is not. If any of you have read any of the articles, I don't have them to hand to link you because I wasn't expecting this question, but it's not hard to find. Is you can research, you can Google a botter in Asia or a gold farm in Asia and the conditions those guys live in. It's terrible. Absolutely fucking terrible. They have to be online 24 hours a day. The PCs stay on. They sleep for a few hours. Somebody else plays their character while they're offline. And then it repeats and repeats. It's absolutely a horrible, horrible situation for the majority of people who are involved in this business. It's not cool. It's not cool at all. It's not even that profitable. Let's think about it for a second, right? I got my account hacked. Now, I am pretty sure that a subscriber or a follower of my channel did that, as it happened immediately after my WoW UI was released. Let's look at Ghost. Ghost was hacked legitimately, as far as I can tell. And they just sold all his gear to the vendor and sent the gold off. How much gold do you think they got? Now, that is a human person who did that, okay? That is a person's time. He's being paid to log your account and sell your shit to the vendor. Sometimes you'll get lucky and you'll strike upon some gold guy who plays the auction house and he'll have maybe 1 million gold, maybe more. But how much, like, do you really think they're going to get? In terms of what was just said there with Stark, they got a little bit lucky with Ghost as he was the guild master, but even then it was 50k. 50k is nothing. Let's find out. Let's say I wanted to buy 50k gold. Buy. Wow. Let's find out. How much is 50k gold? Buy cheap WoW gold. Wow. It is £5. £5. That's $7 for 10,000 gold. 10,000 gold. Right? Which is just absolutely fucking trash. And that is the first, it's not exactly as if I've shopped around. That is the first website that popped up. £5 for 10,000 gold. Which is just insane. You actually get discount. 50,000 gold is £27. £27 for 50,000 gold. Which is just... I don't worry, my system is protected as fuck. And... yeah, that was getting lucky. I would consider that pretty lucky. Most guys don't have anywhere near that amount of gold, and selling the gear certainly doesn't net that amount of gold. It's fucking terrible. Absolutely terrible. It's fucking... the gold system is just messed up, and the only way to get rid of it is just to let Blizzard 2 sell it. I had 3,000 gold on my whole account at the time and got owned by a hacker. If anybody's... as I'm leaving you, I'm going to leave you. Well, you get discount. Someone's asking, shouldn't it be more? You get discount the more you buy. If you want 500,000 gold, it's £200, so you can work back from there. But a fun story for you guys to look up, if you're interested in this kind of thing, is to look up the guy whose account was hacked, and he was the mule for all the other hackers on the server. They basically hacked his account. The guy wasn't playing the game at the time, so his account wasn't tried to... they didn't try and retrieve the account. So the gold hacker buyers used his account to mule all the stuff they were stealing off people on the realm. So that anything they had, they sent it to him, to this one character, and left it there. Lo and behold, one day this guy was like, I want to play WoW again. And got, oh, my account's locked. That's weird. Phones Blizzard, gets his account back, logs in, has more shit on his account than you can possibly imagine. He owned the fuck out of the gold sellers. His account had so much stuff on it, it was fucking retarded. He was dripping in gold. I think at the time he had all the expensive thorium bars and all that kind of stuff. He's quite famous. You'll find it quite easily with a Google search after the show. Amazing. Just logged in, just had so much stuff. He had rare mounts. He had everything you could possibly imagine that they'd managed to salvage off people's accounts, and like hundreds of thousands of gold. It was fucking amazing. The guy just logged in and was like, whoa, what the shit? And he didn't complain either. He had so much stuff on him. Alright guys, so tomorrow we're going to be talking about the 10 and 25 man debate. That's only just uploaded to YouTube as the big video went out yesterday. Thank you for tuning in. I will see you tomorrow. Have a great evening, guys.